Your phone is at 4% and you panic. You run across the room for the charger and you won't let it die. You're really determined. But you, on the other hand, you've been running on 4% for 3 weeks and you call that productivity. Stay with me because in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why your brain cannot perform at full capacity without a recharge strategy. And I will give you 3 things that you can do today that'll actually work. Now, most leadership content is going to tell you to work smarter, not harder, take a vacation, practice self-care, and I'm not going to say any of that. Because here's what nobody tells you. Recharge is not rest, and rest is not recharging. There are 2 completely different things, and confusing them is why you can sleep 8 hours and still wake up exhausted. By the way, if we have not met, I'm Nagam Alsamari. I'm a manager resilience trainer, and I've spent 13 years in rooms with managers, leaders, and high achievers across different industries. And the pattern I keep seeing is this: the most capable people in the room are almost always the most depleted. And this is not weakness on their part. It's because nobody taught them that resilience is a trainable skill that requires deliberate recovery. That's what Train Your Resilience Muscle is built on. I know what they say about resilience. It's grit. It's pushing through. Not entirely. The science of how high performers actually sustain their performance over time. That's Train Your Resilience Muscle. And it starts with you understanding what recharge actually means for your specific behavioral profile. Your brain has 2 modes, according to Dr. David Rock. He breaks this down in his book, Your Brain at Work, and it's one of my most favorite books. I reference it all the time, and I always recommend it to my clients, and I'll link it in the description below. It's an affiliate link, so if you grab it through here, you're actually supporting the channel at no extra cost to you. The 2 modes are, there's the narrative network, the part of your brain that's always running, planning, replaying conversations, anticipating problems. It's on even when you're just sitting still and doing absolutely nothing. And there's the direct experience network, and that's the part that is fully present in what's happening right now. Now, most leaders live almost entirely in the narrative network, which means even on a Sunday afternoon, your brain is running a board meeting. You call that rest? That's your charger being plugged in to a broken outlet. Real recharge requires deliberate switching networks. And most people have never been actually taught how. Here's where it gets really specific, and this is something I work through with every manager I coach. Your DISC profile determines what drains and what recharges you. And they're completely different for every person, for every style. A high D, dominant personality, they're fast moving, they're decisive. They get drained by slow processes and indecision. They recharge through accomplishment. Even a small win at the end of the day restores them. A high I, influential personality, they're the people-oriented type. They get drained by isolation and repetitive tasks, and they recharge through connection and creative conversations. A high S personality, they're steady, you're loyal, supportive people. They get drained by conflict and constant change, and they recharge through quiet, routine, and meaningful relationships. And your final personality, the high C, the compliant personality, detail-oriented, analytical, they get drained by chaos and being rushed, and they recharge through order, accuracy, and solo thinking time. Now, sometimes you may be a mixture, a combination of these personality, which is true for a lot of different people. Most recharge advice is written for one profile. That's why it doesn't work for you. You need to know, first of all, your own profile. And for this, I'll link a free Resilience Master readiness audit in the description, and it's going to tell you your DISC pattern and exactly how your behavioral profile shows up under pressure. Takes about 10 minutes or less to do. Regardless of your DISC profile, however, here are the 3 things that work for every leader. 1, the sensory break. This takes roughly 30 seconds, and you can do it anywhere, okay? And we're going to practice it right now. Are you ready for it? No closing your eyes or anything like that. I want you to pull both your hands up, dominant and non-dominant hand, and start with your non-dominant hand okay? And you're going to take your thumb and you're going to go into your dominant hand, right into the palm, and you're going to draw an imaginary circle once and then trace it back. And then go to your next finger, draw a circle and trace it back. Go to the next finger, draw a circle, trace it back. Next finger, draw a circle, trace it back. Next finger, draw a circle, trace it back. When you're done, you're going to switch hands and you're going to do the same thing starting with your thumb. Draw a circle, trace it back. Next finger, 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 draw a circle, and trace it back. Now, what were you just thinking about while we were doing this activity? Is it your fingers? Is it the circle? Were you making a full circle? I bet you it is probably your hands, your fingers, the circle, the tracing, why we're doing this, but not your inbox. Not the meeting that went sideways. Not the decision you haven't made. Not the difficult conversation you're about to have. And that's the point. You can't think about two things at once when one of them requires your full physical attention. The sensory break we just did forces your brain out of the narrative network in 30 seconds without requiring anything from you except your hands. Do this between hard conversations, after a draining meeting, before a big decision, anytime you feel the pressure is stacking, and see how it helps. Second, the energy audit. At the end of each day, ask yourself two questions. What gave me energy today? And what took it? Not, people usually ask what went well, what went badly. No, we're talking energy. And write it down. Do this for 2 weeks. You'll see the recharge pattern more clearly than any personality test has ever shown you. You will know exactly what to protect and exactly what to limit. And 3, micro recovery. Don't wait until the weekend to collapse. I know a lot of leaders who do this. They think the weekend is coming, so I'm just going to push on. Recovery is not a reward you earn after you finish everything. It's something you build into the work itself. The moment you finish a draining task, maybe a difficult conversation you're having, a decision that's costing you something, a meeting that requires all you had, that's the moment to take 60 seconds before the next thing starts. Stacking exerting tasks back to back without any recovery time in between is how you hit a wall by 2 p.m. every single day and feel exhausted and just drag yourself through the rest of the day. 1 minute between hard things. That's it. Not saying take a full break or take a break from work. No, reset within work. Here's your one thing from today. Tonight, before you go to sleep, ask yourself, what drained me today? And what would have restored me? You don't need to fix anything. I just want you to notice. Start noticing. Self-awareness is where all of it starts. If you want to know your specific recharge pattern based on your behavioral profile, take the free Manager Resilience Scorecard link in the description. 3 minutes, that's all it takes. And it's going to tell you which of the 5 pillars of resilience you need work on and which one is your strongest ally. And if you want to go deeper, come into my InCan Academy. It's free, and it's where managers do the work together. We have live coaching and tools inside the community, and I will link that in the description as well. If this video gave you something, send it to a manager in your life who is running on empty right now. They need to hear this more than they know. I'll see you in the next one.